Hello YouTubers, Tor5 here with the 600 manga prediction for Naruto's manga. I know everybody saw the 699 or 599 manga that came out today that showed, drumroll, Obito underneath the mask. I've seen so many people say, "I told you so, see, I told you so." This is Tor5 saying, I still don't believe Obito's Toby. Why? Here's the two main points. Number one, Obito died in the third Shinobi War. The third Shinobi War. If you remember correctly, when did Toby, if I remember correctly, Toby specifically said he gave Yahiko or Nagato the winning gun. Yahiko, Nagato, and the little trick, I can't remember her name, they were in the second Shinobi War. Now, how in the world would Obito be able to jump all the way back to the second Shinobi War, give the Rinnegan to Yahiko, go back to the third Shinobi War, turn back into a child, and pretend like he's, a pussy all the time, crying because he has stuff in his eyes when he has binoculars on? I mean, come on. Come on, man. And plus, second point, if you remember correctly, Toby said he got this eye from when Kakashi fought at the Kanabi Bridge. That's what he said he got. He said, I got this eye from. He didn't say, yeah, I am Obito. I came out of the rocks and automatically have a grudge against the Lee Village for no apparent reason. And that's another thing. Why on earth would Obito attack the Lee Village? Why would he run around claiming he's Madara and holding the wind fan that Madara made famous? Because it's not Obito. I mean, it's simple steps. And plus, here's the second notion of how it's impossible for Obito to be Toby. In the second around the second Shinobi War is when the long-haired individual with the different mask on, but basically the main point is he had a mask on like Toby, had long hair like Madara, pulled his mask off. Before he pulled his mask off, said he was Madara to Kisame. Kisame is the only person who's ever behind that mask twice. He's the only one. When we finally was going to see who that was underneath that mask, when the shinobis from the Leaf were interrogating Kisame under the little sleep jutsu, he bit his tongue. Kisame bit his tongue before we could see his face. So, I mean, come on, man. That's simple. And then plus, all of a sudden, they're showing that Toby has a Mangekyo Sharingan. Come on, man. I mean, if that was the case, he would have used his Mangekyo Sharingan against Conan, for one. I mean, look what he could. I mean, he died almost twice, basically, in that battle. So for him to come out of nowhere and have a Mangekyo Sharingan all of a sudden is crazy. I mean, it's so obvious almost. I mean, and plus another thing, if we remember correctly, remember when Madara, when they went to the Kage fight with Madara fighting the 5 Kages, and the side of Madara's armor was busted off, and they seen the first Hokage's face right there. Remember what Madara said? He said, I'd let you hit me because I wanted you to see this face so it can diminish your determination. Now, think about it. Now, think about it carefully. Sorry, there's a little mosquito in my face, but think about that carefully. If Toby allowed Naruto to knock his mask off so that kid could see his face, it's not like Naruto's going to recognize him. Who will be the only people that will really recognize Obito right now? There will be Gai Sensei and Kakashi. Moreover, Kakashi. And what would that really do if they saw his face and seen that it was Obito? It would diminish their determination. Why are you even trying to fight us? I mean, come on now. This is the notion that makes me believe that Toby may actually be Madara, or Madara was the one who initially had the mask on just to hide his identity since he didn't want to be, known that he was alive, and was training random missing shinobis who were Uchihas. I mean, you think about, like, well, Izuna for one. I mean, they claim he was dead. They showed him kind of in a coffin, but come on, man. They showed supposedly Madara dying by the first Hokage as a silhouette. That didn't mean that he died, because he said, he basically, Kabuto already put it in motion. You didn't die when you fought the first Hokage. And plus, when you remember correctly, if this is what Kishimoto's trying to do, which is actually say, yeah, this is really Obito. Obito really didn't die, even though a giant boulder fell on the right side of his head, or left side of his head, plus the rest of the boulders falling on the rest of his body. Yeah, that's Obito. Obito survived that. Come on, man. And plus, stating, if I remember correctly, with that whole notion, Kakashi, from what it looked like, saw Obito get buried. If he keep going to his grave saying he's sorry, basically, I mean, he must have saw him get buried. And plus, for top level shinobis like Minato and Itachi to call the person behind that mask Madara, that would be such a weird plot hole for Kishimoto to make it look like Itachi and Minato didn't know what the heck they were talking about. That would not make sense at all. Because and on top of that, if that was Obito, I would think that Minato would know his students' techniques and how he feels when he fights. I mean, that would have been automatic for Minato. What Minato said was, the only person I know who can do all this stuff that you're doing is Madara. So for him to say that with the whole time jutsu, it means possibility Madara had a time ninjutsu that nobody really seen. But maybe the high level ranking shinobis, like the elders, may have seen it, or know of that technique that Madara used in the past. They just never showed it. But for Obito to have trained Itachi to destroy the entire Uchihas, no. I mean, no. Obito would not come close to be equal in strength or in stamina like Itachi would. And plus, case in point, Itachi probably would have said by now, since he was dead, since he had nothing to lose, yeah, by the way, that's not Madara, that's Obito. Yeah, Obito trained me. Considering the fact that Kakashi is not that far from the age of Itachi, like he may be I'd say he probably got 10 years on him at the most. I don't think somebody with that 10, for one, Kakashi was a freaking teenager when he was in the Abu Black Ops. When they showed him when Toby attacked the Leaf Village, Kakashi was a teenager. Matter of fact, if you more so, he just basically turned into a teen. Like, what was it, like a year later that after Obito died at the Kanabi Bridge, that the Nine Tails attacked the Leaf Village, and all of a sudden you get a growth spurt by Toby or Obito fighting the fourth Hokage and plus for the simple fact of it will take a while for somebody to be able to awaken their Mangekyo Sharingan and be able to tame the Nine-Tails Beast and go after a very highly formed chakra like Kushina Uzumaki and be able to, and also fighting beyond Blue Black Ops, being able to get through Minato's little invisible wall where his wife was, and dang near kill the fourth Hokage. It's not Obito. That's somebody else in that body. It's probably just like I was saying with the whole. I haven't got around to it with my whole assumption about the second Hokage having a failed attempt, or somebody having a failed attempt with the reanimation jutsu and using Obito's body for it. But that is my prediction. I may make a part 2 to this, but right now that's just my theory on Obito right now. This is Torres Cinco, over and out.